This episode is brought to you by Columbia Sportswear. It's snowing again, and that wind chill is killer. But you're not worried about that because you shop the Omni Heat Infinity Collection. It's warmth perfected with tiny gold dots that reflect your body heat inside and protect you from the cold outside. No snow or chilly temps can stop you now. Go out anyway. Shop the Omni Heat Infinity Collection now at Columbia.com/infinity.
The holidays are a time to feel and create joy. And what could be more joyous than the look on her face as she unwraps a stunning new jewelry piece from Blue Nile? How about getting 50% off your purchase? Blue Nile offers premium quality, priced below traditional retail. Their online experts are available 24/7 to answer any questions and make sure you've picked the perfect gift. For a limited time, you can get 50% off at BlueNile.com. That's 50% off at BlueNile.com.
We're the red and the white and the blue, and we're coming for you. We'll take on the world and we'll take you too. So stay standing tall, proud and true. We're the loud and the proud. 90 minutes rowdy in the crowd. The Yanks are here and we ain't going nowhere. So stand up and fight if you dare. Over there.
Again with another shade of blue. My name is Cody Bradley, Thad Bell, Robert Russert, and Mike Kuhn is here. He's returned. He was an original founder of Shades of Blue, and he is back with us. What's up, Mike?
Not much here. Finding time between numerous soccer practices to do some talking about soccer.
Sipping on a nice beer out of a glass, like the classy lad you are. I got my Busch Light cans here ready to go.
Little heavier than Busch Light too.
You might have noticed the intro song was different. That song is called Over There by the Vandon Arms because it is Olympic qualifying time. US versus Mexico this evening. It just felt right to do Over There. I love that song, and we don't ever use it enough. I'm looking for an excuse for a national team game, but
yeah, national team US team plays tomorrow against Jamaica, so got that too. And
both teams.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Timely.
Yep. Very.
So preseason has started. Schedule is out. Leagues Cup has been announced. We're in the Leagues Cup. But we'll get to all that. But let's just talk about preseason so far. We've had some videos that I have not watched yet.
All right, whose dog is that?
That's Danny. I don't.
Okay. Okay, here's my word on preseason. It's too damn long. All right, here we go. I want games. I want real games.
Well, and if you're going to do it, at least let us see them. I mean, at least let us be able to have something to talk about with them to actually have qualifications. Because all we have now are just, so-and-so's starting, and we get to see the goals at some point. And
they tweeted out a pretty nice goal today. I did see that one.
Cutting cost, I'm assuming that's what it's all about.
They don't always show them anyway. They usually only show one or two at the most. And I've heard that there's a fair chance they will stream the last one.
Good.
Well, with people now being able to attend that game, that kind of makes sense as well.
Yeah,
people are going to see it anyway.
I swear a couple preseasons ago they showed every game, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I think that was in one of the cups, the tournament.
Historically used it
Was it?
like warm up for the announcers too. like at least a couple of the games.
Yeah, because I know Nate's taken trips down before to just warm up, get prepared for the season, break in with new broadcast partners. Because didn't Peterson do last season too? To kind of that was his first season of it. So yeah, they multiple reasons for it, but yeah, some teams have done it, but it's all mostly been part of the preseason tournaments, I think.
So I guess Jake is back. I
He
didn't
is.
hear any announcements
Yep.
of changes. I know, like we obviously enjoyed him, but when he was on the pod last year, he almost made it sound like it was kind of an experiment, and he wasn't sure if he was going to keep doing it. So I hope he does.
He is back, according to the press release today. So
Okay, cool.
I was pleased. I mean, I don't want to speak ill of people, but I mean, at some point, I guess
come
you could.
on, Mike. That's
Well,
the most fun.
I'm just saying. At some point, you could list the best and worst of the announcers that Kansas City has had in the last 15 years.
That's a
And-
whole nother pod.
Oh no, absolutely. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying at some point you could, but I like
you're not
Peterson.
going to.
No, I'm not going to now. No, that would ruin the potential future pod.
Yeah.
No, but with Peterson, I liked him because he, on one hand, he wasn't dry like a lot of the other color guys we've had in the past.
Yeah.
But he also was very knowledgeable of the game, which you got to find that a good balance, especially as a color commentator. And I thought he did a very good job last year of being able to relate to things on the field, but also being personable.
Yeah, personable for sure. And I think there were times you could tell, I mean, that he's not wasn't like a seasoned vet at what he was doing, but it felt like, it kind of just felt like you were like hanging out watching the game with him a little bit. So I enjoyed it.
So I was watching the Iowa State KU women's game on Saturday because I used to coach two girls that play for each team.
Nice.
And the announcers made me want to drill my brain out, literally. They explained what a corner kick was. They explained how a yellow card works and turns into a red card. And I was like, oh my God, really? Do they really think the audience is that dumb? Is their audience that dumb? I don't know. But it was painful.
Where does one watch?
This was ESPN Plus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it was painful.
I assumed you were talking about basketball there for a second.
No.
And I gotta give the Lady Bears a shout out for the women's basketball there in the Sweet 16. What up, alma mater? I literally just read that. I haven't been paying attention. I can't read.
Mahomes all upset about Texas Tech.
Yeah, but Whataburger's coming. Did you see that? The designs for Whataburger, the 4 Whataburger.
So he goes to food, but that's okay. Whataburger's coming.
Well, no, but that was Mahomes' thing. That was his that was what he was like bringing to the city.
There's 3 one coming to Blue Springs, matter of fact.
I thought there were 4.
There's 4 total.
Yeah.
3 on the Missouri side, 1 on the Kansas side.
Hey,
I'd rather Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Independence, man.
I'd rather have a Hawaiian Brothers in Blue Springs, but anyway.
Okay, so soccer team preseason tournament. Someone tell me. I haven't watched any of the videos yet. So how do they look?
Well, Wilson Harris, come on. Wilson Harris is the man, isn't he?
Scored another goal today on top of the hat trick he had against Phoenix.
Right.
Correct.
So maybe that front line isn't so thin.
Maybe Vermees knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
If you can find the spaces, it seems like Russell and Martins will get you the ball, it seems like these days.
And the goal from Kyrie today was really nice, and he was playing as the 9.
Yeah, I did that. That was a good goal highlight. Nice ball in, nice final touch.
I didn't see Rogers' goal. Was it a 35-yard blast or
20, 22 from right to the right of the goal, basically cut inside and curled a shot over the keeper into the
nice.
So
nice,
very very nice goal.
In his post-game video, he said that space was tight, so he didn't get as good on it as he wanted to. So that's probably why it dropped over the keeper
instead of over the bar. Okay. Hey, how about Shallow? He missed a couple of more opportunities. Sorry.
Yeah, that is one. One other very quick highlight I saw was Shallowy touch the ball in the box right by the goal and not score.
Yeah.
Like, go for it.
Couple today from the highlight today, though, those were not easy balls to put in. The one that went off the crossbar was like a shanked volley from Walter that he then headed. It hit the crossbar. And he had one last game, I think it was. He put off the post. So he's right there. He's just
Yeah.
Guys, when will Shallowy get his first goal of the season? The second to last game.
Eighth game. I just jumped in my head. Eighth game.
Eighth game. Okay. But when will be the first game he plays?
Oh,
The
he
first.
start.
First,
Right?
at the very least, until proven otherwise by somebody, I think he's the first offensive sub off the bench.
Okay.
As long as you're starting Shelton, Polito, and Russell, unless Barber is really impressing, he's the first winger to come in my opinion.
Oh, that's a little
Winger, yeah.
It's a little disheartening if I'm
Harris is earning time, but
Yeah, that's why I wanted to preface with winger because
yeah.
I think Harris is definitely playing himself into playing time with this preseason.
Yeah. Speaking of Barber, he's looked a couple of the highlights is showing some decent passes and a lot of fight. I don't want to say it's just like he was just being physical, but he was fighting for those balls and getting in there into good spots.
good.
How about Rad in the center of the back line, getting some minutes?
How about
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Kave Rad.
Oh yeah.
SKC2, he's started the last two, right?
Yeah.
Or last two he's started with Fontas in the center back position. So
you guys that know something about him, tell us about what kind of a player he is. Give us some more detail.
Well, if we're going by his name, he's gonna be a star. I mean, that is just a hell of a name. He sounds like a famous soccer player.
I think he started all three next to Fontas, Mike.
did he start? I can't remember. The Phoenix game was so long ago. I can't remember the lineup. At
Yeah,
this point.
if I got that right, I have it pulled up. Lindsay, Rad, Fontas, Martins in the first period.
I knew he'd started the first two. I couldn't remember on the third, or on the first one. So
yeah,
guys, just say it. Kave Rad.
So
he has a twin that plays center mid too.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. So it could be a pretty rad pairing there at some point.
Okay,
Like
so
he's
what kind of a
never
player is he, guys? Give us some more detail.
I like him. I mean, I don't think he's ready to start MLS games.
Yeah.
But I would put him, if they wanted to sign him to homegrown contract at the end of this year, maybe another year out from being an MLS kind of starter. Maybe some spot starts and that sort of thing. But he's not tall. Actually, his brother, the midfielder, is just a little like a foot tall or an inch taller.
So why is he getting so much playing time then?
He's just solid.
Is he given? So he's being given like every chance to show that he can get playing time in MLS.
Yeah,
I think it's part of that, and part I think it's the expectation of who's going to start when the season comes around. That it's going to be Ismat.
Nim. Just say Nim.
Nim.
Yeah.
Nim on this show,
Yeah.
so no one can find.
Nicholas Isamat Marin.
Yeah. So
Or something like that.
I think based off what we've seen, if we want to speculate on the starting 11, it's him and Fontas in the middle of defense right now with Puncic and Smith on the bench, most likely.
Probably yes. I'm looking at those lineups and seeing one experienced center back next to a young center back, young center back next to a young center back. Because with Puncic, he's been mostly paired up with Constant, and Smith coming off the bench to relieve Constant at some point. Looking at the highlights today, the goals for Portland, Constant did not show real good on a couple of those. I'm not saying that everything was his fault by any means, but one of the one goal was definitely a pass back to the keeper, and that didn't go so good. So,
yeah, I think Vermees likes to do things like that, and I think was it Russell last season that wasn't with the first team a whole lot. And everybody was saying, "Oh, what's going on there with Russell?" Or was it somebody else?
I think it was Russell.
Yeah.
Thinking back about it, I'm pretty sure it was.
But he was also coming in late because of like baby being born, so he
Right,
wasn't in
true.
shape. So that's one reason he was with the second team. But a lot of people were looking at it as that's the reason,
Right?
Or looking at it as hey, something to panic about. Which
Right.
you can read Vermees lineup tea leaves, but you can't read them too like definitively either. You know what I mean? So Rad's not going to be starting MLS games on the beginning of the season. He might be next year, but
yeah,
I don't know. He's also been known to make us sound stupid for things like that. So you never know. I guess it is possible he starts games.
Well, he's not with the first team, so no, he won't.
He's not under contract to the first. Yeah, contractually, he's still an SKC2 player.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
They could borrow him, but that's very limited amount of times also.
Yeah, he'll start the Leagues Cup.
Right.
At least the second one.
Was that a lead into the schedule discussion you were trying to prop there, Mike?
It can be. I'm just saying that given the schedule, I would, if I was Vermees, I would be taking full advantage of those those loans that you can utilize for the Open Cup and Champions League and stuff.
And academy call-ups and.
Okay, so did we know the schedule was coming out today? It was a surprise to me.
We knew this morning it was coming out today.
Early
this morning. Okay, well,
early this morning, Goff came out and said that the full schedule was dropping today.
Okay.
And they held the presser after the game today for 10 extra minutes so that they could wait for the schedule to come out so we could ask Vermees about it. But the problem was it came out and you didn't have time to look at it. I mean, like literally, I'm like trying to read it while he's talking and answering questions. I'm like, so there's another press availability tomorrow, and he's already hinted at the fact that he doesn't like the schedule. He doesn't know why they made it like that, and must be COVID, but that was kind of all he said. So I'll try to pin him down tomorrow for some better dirt.
Yeah. So
well, praise the Lord. It's more than Minnesota. It's more than the same teams, Colorado, that we saw all last season.
Is it?
Praise the Lord.
It's not much. It is not much more than that.
Marginally.
Yeah, because basically we're playing most teams in the West 3 times, including Dallas, Houston, Minnesota, and Colorado. And Austin.
Don't forget Austin, LAFC.
Yep. But I'm just rolling through those main ones.
Galaxy.
The stat man. That's why we wanted to have Mike on after this. After this was released today. He's got all the numbers down.
Because I made the same comment today. I'm like, oh joy, we get to play Dallas, Houston, and Minnesota and Colorado 3 more times.
They're in our freaking conference, man. Yeah, come on.
Well, no, they are. But it's like it's like I said earlier today. Like this year, the last game against Houston in the regular season, assuming we don't play them anywhere else, will be the 50th game we've played since Houston came into the league. 50 times in all competitions. We've played DC 57 times.
Yeah, but Mike, how many times on FS2? Tell me that. Come on, man.
That I do not have. That I do not have.
Advanced metrics.
I'm just saying that we've played DC, a team that has 10 more years of history, and who we were in the conference with for 10 years. We've played Houston only 7 fewer times than DC. That is just like, I expect it with like the originals, the teams we played 4 or 5 times a season back in 96, 97, 98.
Yeah. When there were like 8 teams.
Yeah. When there were 10, 12 teams, but now with how big the league is, the fact that we played Houston so much and Minnesota so much. Like the other thing, Minnesota by the end of this year will have played them 14 times in league play in the 5 years they've been around.
All
Yeah,
right.
Was that number for all competitions, or that really
No,
was
for that was league play. We've
Oh my
played
gosh.
Minnesota
And we played
14
the
times
same-
in 5 years.
Yeah, and we played the same teams every year in the
Yeah.
Open Cup too. So good.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. They're trying to manufacture rivalries. Come on, get with it. It's
No,
MLS.
a friend of mine made that comment. He's like, they're trying to get us to hate Minnesota
Exactly.
because we'll play them so much. We'll get so tired of seeing them that we'll just hate them because
Already there.
we're tired. But what I was saying is, like, Minnesota's 5 years in the league. Montreal came in 2012. By the end of this year, we'll have played Minnesota the same amount of times in league play as we played Montreal. Even though Montreal's been in the league for double the amount of time, basically. And again, we spent time in the same conference as them. So I want diversity in who we play a little bit.
Hold on.
So
Thad.
then you should appreciate the Leagues Cup.
Thad's trying to transition there. But
Dad,
hold on,
you
Thad,
mother.
You just put on your glasses. What'd you put on your glasses for? What are you trying to see better?
TV.
What's on TV?
Olympic qualifying.
Ah, yes.
Guadalajara and who? What?
But remember, there's 2 Olympic qualifying games today, though.
Thad, are those reading glasses?
No.
So you just they're just normal living your life glasses?
I don't have them on for anything close up because I can see good enough. The TV is like...
What about driving? What about operating heavy machinery? Are you putting them on to
Cody? Do you have contacts in, Cody?
No.
Okay.
No, but I will say this. I'm 31, and that's the first thing that I noticed going. I'm a redhead, still got a thick head of hair. Good on that
Shut
one.
up.
But the eyes, I know for sure my eyes are not as good as they were, maybe
Is this a
5
reference
years
to
ago.
the women you're able to pick up? Is that no?
No, for real. Like I can just, I still have pretty good eyesight. It's just that's the first effect of aging that hit me.
There are many more to come.
Like what? What's hit you, Bob?
Well, let's see.
Let's focus on what we're supposed to be focusing
athletic
on.
prowess. There is there's the beard belly. There's
No, I
numerous...
refuse to let either of those happen. Neither of those will happen.
Cody, you drink beer every time I see you. It's gonna happen.
Anyway, back to the schedule and the
all right
wonderful.
We'll save that conversation for post game show.
I guess I'm seeing the glass as half full, and you guys are seeing it as half empty. I'm just glad to play other teams.
I'm seeing the glasses is on my face.
So proud of himself after that joke. It was a double fist pump for that joke for himself. I liked it.
It was a drum roll, but I mean, I need to do it up so you can see it.
Okay,
So
Mike, give us the Leagues Cup stats.
So what the big thing, I guess, in terms of the schedule, and in my opinion, where Vermes should be frustrated is the Leagues Cup. So the Leagues Cup official word came down this week also that we are officially in the Leagues Cup.
Should we tell people what it is since we haven't been in it in this iteration?
And use the word official a few more times.
What is the Leagues Cup?
The Leagues Cup is a I'm going to try to be nice here because I just want to call it Superliga 2.0. But the Leagues Cup is a competition between Liga MX and MLS sides. It started in 2019 with 4 teams from each. It was supposed to expand to 8 teams from each last year, but was canceled. So this year they dropped it back down to 4 teams. The 4 teams in it from MLS are the top 4 teams that didn't qualify for the Champions League. So that was us, Orlando, and I'm completely blanking on the other 2.
The stats man.
Seattle
and
New York.
Yes, in New York. So those are the teams that are in.
Although Sporting
Red
should
Bull.
have been in the Champions League.
Yeah, not going to argue that point because
No.
I completely agree with that. But so what happens is it's a single game knockout hosted by the MLS team in the first round, and the
Hosted by MLS teams all the way through.
Yeah, it's all in the US.
the final's neutral. The
final's neutral, but it's in the U.S.
Yeah. So, sorry, I meant
so naturally the Mexicans will have a larger crowd there.
So it is. So there will be. Single game. First game is in the middle of August, and then semifinal is in the middle of September, and the final is the week after, basically. So the first game is supposed to take place sometime around August 11th, basically. The problem for Sporting is that they play Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday heading into that game, and then play Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday after that game. So they'll be playing starting the 31st of July at home against Dallas. They will play 7 games in 22 days, with 4 of those 7 being on the road.
Oof.
Yeah, fun times. They get to travel to LAFC. They host Dallas, travel to LAFC, travel to Colorado, host the Leagues Cup, travel to Dallas, host Portland.
Oh, keep going. He's got it off.
Travel to Minnesota.
He's just reading off what he tweeted.
I've got my tweet up on my screen, so I'm reading through that. I had to remember the home games, and plus I've kind of looked at it about 4 or 5 times today, so kind of becoming second nature to remember it at this point. But it is a brutal stretch in a very not great time to be playing outdoor soccer time of the year.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. A couple of years ago, Vermees had 2 squads. He could just rotate from game to game, and we'd be fine, right?
Hey, I don't like your snarkiness.
You caught the snarkiness, did you?
That went super well in March and April when it was in the
he didn't do it, was the point.
Well, it was also in the 60s and maybe 70s at the time. Now we're going to be playing in the 90s, and heat index is over 100 and all that fun stuff in July and August. It's going to be an absolute pain in the ass.
Well,
they'll just install cooling.
Right. Qatar. What?
Cutter.
If the final is in Vegas, I guess they could technically. The Raiders playing a dome now, right? In Vegas.
Is that a dome?
Wait a minute. The Raiders are in Vegas? What? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty sure it's a dome.
Yeah, I think it might be.
I think it is a dome. So technically, I guess they could play in air conditioning if they were to put it in Vegas like the 2019 final was.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Okay.
They'll probably put it in Dallas instead.
Which would make sense.
Well, technically that's indoors too. So, I mean.
So my favorite part of schedule release day is normally scanning the new schedule for the dream road trip to the West Coast.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
And it did not return again. Like I'm looking for a Pacific Northwest, like Wednesday, Sunday matchup that I can, like, right in the middle of the summer that I can go do it. And again,
got a Sunday, Saturday at Vancouver, Seattle.
Yeah, you could go spend a week up there, do Vancouver and do Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a week apart.
Yeah, it's like a Sunday to Saturday.
Oh, I missed that. Ooh,
yeah.
What time of the year?
Or you could do at LA at Colorado. I mean, not quite the same.
There's a Chicago then Minnesota game, September 11th and 15th.
It doesn't quite have the panache that a West Coast trip would have, but okay.
But I will say, Cody, having done that one great trip back in 2012 to Vancouver and Portland on a Wednesday, Sunday, that was a fantastic trip.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. I would do that again in a heartbeat if we were to get the schedule to the schedule gods to give us that. The Vancouver Seattle trip is in October, by the way.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
that's not as fun.
Is that rainy season up there?
I think it's always rainy season in
No, it's not, but-
PNW. Okay, well maybe I could do that. That's not bad.
But no, it's a rough schedule in terms of that stretch. We have a 3-game road trip, I think, at some point, and a 3-game homestand. Those are the longest of either. Actually, I take that back. It won't be a 3-game road trip because in between that 3-game road trip is the wonderful Leagues Cup game. Because the 3-game road trip is at LAFC on August 4th, at Colorado on August 7th, and at Dallas on the 14th. And in between that Colorado and Dallas game is the Leagues Cup game. So
Mike's throwing all
Good
sorts
time.
of shade at the Leagues Cup today.
I've made my opinion known multiple times on the Leagues Cup.
Well, that's not a Cody. That's not a bad one. At LA Wednesday, August 4th, and then at Colorado Saturday the 7th. That's not bad.
That is pretty good. Which LA?
FC.
Ooh, I would like to go to one of those games.
Yeah, me too.
I got a friend in Colorado too.
Oh, I've the other thing with the Leagues Cup, since I'm already trashing the Leagues Cup, the semifinal is supposed to take place the week of September 13th, which presumably would be a Wednesday if you're looking at that, right? MLS scheduled us for a game on the 15th.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So either that game against Minnesota home on September 15th is going to get moved, or they're actually hoping to put us on the weekend that weekend, which I think the Liga MX season has started by September. So the weekend would be out of the question. So if we were either MLS doesn't think we're going to make it,
right,
or they already plan to move that game.
Yeah, I mean, I would think if there's MLS teams in the fight still, that the league would want to do something to allow them to.
Well, no, I absolutely agree with that. It's the fact that they knew we were in the competition, knew when the semifinal was, and scheduled a game on the date they'd likely have the semifinal. Right. That's the part that annoys me and bothers me too so much.
For any that are wondering, the U.S. Open Cup final is scheduled for June 29th, so there's no conflict there if we're in it. But just if you're wondering.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten to look at the Open Cup yet. I was too frustrated with the rest of the.
Well, it got me thinking because
the scheduling that we already knew about.
Yeah, it got me thinking because traditionally the U.S. Open Cup final is in like an October or September, but not this year.
Yeah, so the Open Cup final would fall between LAFC at home and a trip to the Galaxy on the 4th of July. So it's I mean, schedule could be worse. Given the other competitions the team is in, it could be a lot better. Basically, MLS did not do us any favors.
No, they did not.
No,
and there is no guarantee that they'll move games to make it easy. They might move games because they have to just clear it up.
Well, and that's what I mean. They would. Again, I believe the Liga MX season will be started by September, so that would take the following weekend, the 18th of September, out if Kansas City were to make it. That's also assuming they play another Liga MX team in the semifinal, not an MLS team who happens to be off on the weekend as well. So I guess I haven't looked. They haven't come out with the bracket, so I can't look at all. I'm not going to look at all 4 teams right now. No. I have other stuff to do. But the league may very well be forced to move it because if Sporting wins,
they'll do it when they're forced to. But a few years ago, when they were in the CCL with Vancouver and whatever other team that was, that's the one year that Vermees just mailed it in because he knew he couldn't compete because of the way the schedule was.
I'm all for mailing in the Leagues Cup. All for it. Do it. Call up as many SKC2 players sit every single starter. If we win, fantastic. If not, no problem.
Nah, man, I want to beat Mexico.
So an update, my cat has scored 2 goals for Mexico, unfortunately. But my cat plays soccer on TV, follows the ball, and knocked 2 in for Mexico. Oh, well.
I'm looking at 0-0 though, so I don't know how you're going to score goals.
No, the game means nothing. We're already into the semifinal.
Yeah.
And that the important game's Sunday.
USA versus Mexico always means something.
It does, but it doesn't in the grand scheme of things. It's why Kreis's lineup that he put out is resting guys that are on yellows, resting guys that have played a lot of minutes. He's looking ahead to the game that actually matters for qualification.
Yeah.
This game doesn't matter for qualification. Sunday matters for qualification.
We think about Kreis leading the way for the Olympic team.
It could be worse.
My thoughts too.
Well, he hasn't qualified for the Olympics yet. So.
Yeah. The U23 position is a fairly low bar at this point, considering the last time the U.S. qualified, they were still the Wizards.
That puts it in context.
Yeah. So, the U23 coach is a fairly low bar. So,
just imagine the U23 team we could put out there, though.
Oh yeah,
yeah, right.
You got
Pulisic said today he is interested in playing
if he was given the opportunity, but he'll never be released.
Yeah, he'll only get released if Berhalter works it out with Chelsea that he's not going to call him up for other stuff. Basically, right. It's going to be a politics game for what overage players, especially this year with the Gold Cup, Nations Cup, and then World Cup qualifiers coming in the fall. It is absolutely going to be a political game for Berhalter.
You can't take Pulisic away from Chelsea and all that bench he's been seeing lately.
I was going to say something about that, but yeah.
But at the same time, you don't want to take him away and then force him back to the bench when he could be there winning time on the field.
Yeah.
But wait, he just got injured again. Oh, sorry.
And you can't take him away anyway. You can't force take him away because they're not required to give him up for this at all.
That is true. That's why you got to play politics. You can say, hey, I want to have Pulisic for the Olympics. If you let him go, I will not call him up here, basically.
He played pretty well in that last FA Cup game where they advanced.
Yeah, he did.
Now it's City versus Chelsea, Stefan versus Pulisic. I'm pretty pumped for that one.
When is that?
No
No idea.
Accurate partial information.
You're massively hyped for that game.
That game that you have no clue what date.
It's like April 7th or 17th. I'm gonna go with one of those two. It's got a 7.
Okay,
close enough.
It's the 17th.
Aha!
So another thing about the schedule that came out: 6,500 fans. What do you guys think of that?
Good.
That's the maximum amount of fans in the stadium.
Yep. 35% is what we're up to, right?
And I believe they said that they were allowed to do more if they wanted to, but they're just edging it up as it goes.
Negotiating with the government. Yes.
Who doesn't love edging?
No, but by then, Missouri opens up to everybody for vaccination here this coming
April
week
9th.
or so.
April 9th,
And
I think.
Kansas is getting closer too. So hopefully by the opener, we'll have a good portion of the home opener. A good portion of the populace will be vaccinated. And
Hopefully.
I don't even know if we'd hit full capacity this season, but I would think the earliest would be August, September, maybe.
Probably, yeah.
I think they do hit full capacity at some point.
Just in time for the League's Cup in the playoffs.
Yep. Got to get that League MX money.
Okay. Any final thoughts here? Thad, you want to derail us or anything like that? Throw a bit of anarchy into the mix.
Well, I will add something with regards to the schedule. That we didn't talk about that we mentioned before we started recording. Only 6 Saturday home games this year. Yeah. Kind of for those that either are from out of town or those that like to enjoy a day to recover, I guess would be a good day to put it. You only have 6 Saturday home games. You do have 1 Friday home game, the openers on Friday, home openers on Friday. Then you have 5 Sundays and 5 Wednesdays.
And a Sunday at 1 p.m., right?
Yeah, one of the Sundays is at 1 p.m. for some strange reason that does not involve national TV.
MLS has the brunch contract.
If it was a full stadium and everything, I'd do a Guinness and Eggs tailgate again. It's been a while since I've had one of those.
Maybe not.
Hey, Remy Walters got some good reviews in the preseason, so that's something too.
Okay, that's very good.
That's definitely good. The definitely high hopes for him. One thing that back to the preseason game today that we didn't get answered in questions was where was Gotti Kinda today?
Right.
Minor knock. Was it? We know Vermes likes to do those staggering of making sure guys are peaking at the right time. So was it his day to be down and out, basically? Was he rested for that regard? Or what is going on there? So that was one thing that from today that we didn't know about. But
at least some of us know where Polito was.
Yes, some of us do. Some of us do. I don't want to throw Chad under the bus there. But Polito is currently in Wales. I won't say England, in Wales with the Mexican national team ahead of their friendlies. So
British Isles.
Countries are in that country anyway.
Who's been to Wales? Anyone else been to Wales? I've been there.
I know somebody from Wales.
Been there.
I know Welsh people.
Yeah.
Been about 16 years, but yes, I've been to Wales.
Yeah. I flew next to it a couple times.
Flew next to it. Dad, you're a very interesting guy. You know that?
Because I flew next to a country.
Man crush.
And you were into fencing at one point. Like, I don't know. You're just such an interesting dude.
Next time we can record pods in person, should I bring some epes?
I don't know. Is it a fencing term? Is that the sword, an epee?
There's 3 types of sword in modern fencing.
What's the
epee, foil, and saber?
Oh, I knew that. I knew that much.
You thought you only got soccer news on this podcast.
What's the helmet? That's got to have a cool name too, right?
The mask.
We all like that term. Man.
Go do your research and figure out which.
What's a rapier? What's a rapier?
There you go. You got edging and rapier on the show. Both of them in one thing.
An epee is kind of similar to what a rapier would be, but into a modern fencing weapon. So go do your research, figure out which type of fencing you would prefer, you think you would be better at.
Okay, and then we'll come back and talk about it on the post-game show.
I have fencing trophies in the room back there.
Thad'll kick our ass.
We're definitely diving into Thad's fencing history at some point.
Shades of Blue fencing show.
It's the next big thing.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Blue Testament KC, and join us at thebluetestament.com. And we'll talk to you soon. Maybe next week we're gonna have a special guest, a returning guest. I don't know.
What?
Okay, go Sport Night.
We're the red and the white and the blue and